this is as far as you can bring a private automobile without a special permit. And it's going to also be the end of the pavement. We're going to be going on a gravel road now, and they'll be on that until you get back here. Hi there, how
How are you?
How are you doing?
Oh, you know what? Beautiful weather.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Beautiful weather, huh?
there's never bad weather, just bad attitudes, right? Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm swell. How are you?
Fabulous.
Oh, good. I just want to say, welcome to Denali National Park and Preserve. I hope you guys see a lot of cool and beautiful things out there. But if not, you saw me, which I fit those categories. So have fun out there and enjoy. And also, how many?
37.
37. Okay.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye now.
Bye.
Have a good day.
You too.
지금 가시는 분 많이 있네.
끝까지 올라갈까 물어보니까 잘 모르겠네. 알래스카에는 특이하게도 저 곰 3마리가 다 한 번에 사주고
좋은 동네는 저 동생아리 슈퍼마켓을
슈퍼마켓 이름이 세네
Three Bears 알래스카와 같이 있는 슈퍼마켓이. 근데 지금 이 화면이 둥글게 나오고 있잖아. 우리가 뭘 조정을 잘못했나?
뭐가?
화면이 둥글게 나오잖아. 똑같은 건데 어찌를 거라?
아니
달라.
이 정도면 되겠죠.
I don't know. 와, 싸다. 미국은 고기가 제일 싸다.
연어가 그 한국에
어,
그 분홍색이잖아.
어.
그러면 잘못된 거 같아. 이게 색채로 넣어서 그 분홍색이다.
그런가? 오, 싸네. 아주 잘 익었네. 아메리칸 스타일은 밥 먹을 때 골라 먹습니다. 아 행복해. 아 행복해. 맛있는 스테이크 감사합니다. 잘 먹겠습니다. 야, 이거 이제 고급 레스토랑에서 10만원짜리 요리인데
아 그래?
일단 먹어보겠습니다. 감사합니다.
잘 먹겠습니다.
괜찮네. 미디움으로 익혔나? 잘 익은. 왜?
응?
왜?
약간 좀 더 너무
응.
약간만 덜 익으면 더 맛있을 것 같은데 맞지?
덜 익으면?
어떤 맛?
에이, 이 정도겠다. 싱거우면 소금을 더 치면 된다.
괜찮아?
응. 이 엄마 너무 많이 줬다.
똑같은데.
응.
고기 밥이 안 나오네.
어?
밥이 나와?
일단 좀 나온다.
고추 넣어서 양념으로 해서 뭐
그거 맞는 거야.
그래서 로즈메리 양념 냄새가 안 나고 그게 있으면 일본에 맛있게 그리고
마늘 향을 내기 위해서.
마늘이랑 로즈메리랑 버터랑 한 번에 다 같이 넣어 한 6분 정도 됐을 때. 그래서 그럼 버터에서 국물이 생기잖아. 그러니까 1분 계속 접시는 계속 접시주고 1분 해놓으세요. 국물 생기면 그 국물로 이제 옷을 입혀주는 거죠. 인상하게 하죠. 그러면 이제 그 향이나 더욱더 마늘 들어가는 게 더 펼쳐지고 많이 나오지. 그거 로즈메리 좀 없어. 근데 진짜 좋은 거는 이런 거 필요 없는
그런 거 필요 없고.
로즈메리. 이거 그렇게 최고 고기는 아닌 것 같아. 나쁘진 않아. 어떠세요, 뭐?
맛있네.
거의 다 왔네.
I don't know.
한 20분 만에.
안전벨트는
So folks can practice dog sledding. The Park Service, they still go and do data research out in the park and stuff. They use the dog sleds to navigate the park during the winter. But past mile marker 3, it's really cross-country skiing or dog
You're out there
sledding.
in the brush,
There's
get yourself behind a tree, as well as with the length of their limbs, they don't have a great amount of brace. So if you can just serpentine, you can kind of confuse the animal, and it has a lesser ability to chase you.
Good to know. Do you know on this Tundra tour, are we outside much or most of the time in the bus?
You're most of the time on the bus. Depending on your driver, they've got a few different practices that they do. It's a it's a
We've even
certified
inside just the
naturalistic.
43 miles that we get to go this year, we've had some bus drivers hit grand slams. We've got wolverines that have made themselves visible this year
Along the park road. We've had wolf sightings. We've even had a few coyote sightings. No fox have turned up this year that I've heard of. But we are in the season where the male caribou are shedding the velvet of their antlers. So you might see some bloody antlers out there. I love to see that. It's easy to designate then the male and the females, as the females still have the velvet on them. It's the same thing with the bull moose. The bull moose are beginning to migrate back here inside the front country because they tend to stay deeper inside the park, and it's the cows with the calves that end up staying in this area because there's such low predation. The bears don't necessarily wander into here, and we don't kill the moose, so they hang out with the calves here, and it's during this time we've actually began the rut, which we've executed a closure in between mile marker 5.5 to 11.5 to allow for the bull moose to come out and get ready to do all their mating calls and rub all the velvet off of their antlers and show off their nice big antlers they've been growing. So it's a really prevalent time, as well as you can notice, like even here in the front country, just the yellows and the greens, the way that the fall colors are beginning to peak. You can see that hillside there in comparison, crimson red, the tundra. So gather your things, everyone.
My name's John. I'm going to take you to East Fork this morning. It takes about 4.5 hours to make that round trip. The first rest stop is about 1.5 hours out. And also there's no food or water available in the park. Does everybody know that? Yep. Yeah. Oh, okay. I wanted to point some things out about the bus, some safety features. It has seat belts. Seat belts are required in national parks when buses are in motion. And also, the windows with the red handles are emergency exits. The back door is an emergency exit. Big first aid kit right up here. And a fire extinguisher down there. Do come down the top parts. You press the two little knobs to get toward each other and they come down. And you can put camera lenses out those windows and take pictures. But we would like to have you keep your hands and heads inside of those windows when you're doing that. And also, if we're close to the animals, if you could keep your voices down low so that they can't hear you. These are wild animals. That's how we keep them wild, is by not letting them know we're on these buses. So the way we do that is by staying inside the buses and keeping our voices down. Another thing I wanted to point out to you is my driver compartment here. If you'll look at it, you'll notice that its windows are low and not too big. There's a lot of obstructions, especially off the sides. I have rear view mirrors that cover up the windows, basically. I don't see out of the bus very well, except for what I need to see, which is the road. And that's what I watch. That's my job. But if I see an animal out there on alongside the road somewhere, I will stop and you can view it, photograph it. But I'm really not the one that sees the animals. It's you folks who do that. And if you see something out there, you have to have a way of telling me that you see it. And it's very simple. Just one word is all there. Those windows that you're sitting by, they do come down the top parts. You press the two little knobs to get toward each other and they come down. And you can put camera lenses out those windows and take pictures. But we would like to have you keep your hands and heads inside of those windows when you're doing that. And also, if we're close to the animals, if you could keep your voices down low so that they can't hear you. These are wild animals. That's how we keep them wild, is by not letting them know we're on these buses. So the way we do that is by staying inside the buses and keeping our voices down. Another thing I wanted to point out to you is my driver compartment here. If you'll look at it, you'll notice that its windows are low and not too big. There's a lot of obstructions, especially off the sides. I have rear view mirrors that cover up the windows, basically. I don't see out of the bus very well, except for what I need to see, which is the road. And that's what I watch. That's my job. But if I see an animal out there on alongside the road somewhere, I will stop and you can view it, photograph it. But I'm really not the one that sees the animals. It's you folks who do that. And if if you see something out there, you have to have a way of telling me that you see it. And it's very simple. Just one word is all I would ask you to say, and that is stop. The word stop. And you have to shout it out loud because I have a lot of engine noise up here. And it's mostly made up of spruce and birch in the mid-1920s. This park is a wilderness park. Everything off to the sides of this road is wilderness, designated wilderness, and it's managed that way. Now this road was built before the concepts of wilderness were thought up, so we're able to use the road. Wilderness, you cannot use motorized vehicles, but we're able to use this because this road was built before those rules came into effect, and we're going to continue to use it. But in the wintertime, this road is closed by snow, and the whole park is operated as a wilderness. So the people who work here in the wintertime, they have to have a way of getting around. So mountain ranges, the way they do that, and they're very different from each other. The mountain range on our left side is the Cantwell Formation of the Alaska Range. It's about 50 million years old. It's all covered with sedimentary rock, proving that it was down below sea level at one time. The mountains to the right, those are called the outer range, and they're made up of old rock that has never been below sea level, and the rock is quite old. It's 500 million years old, and down here on this valley floor where we're driving now is at one time was the seashore. Mid-1920s.
if we come on the rain.
Yeah, I know. Rainy out. You going to just the campground?
That way to the end.
Here we're right in the midst of our fall color change, and it's right about at its peak now, so in another week or so